Well, this is not just a wildfire story. It is a story about one man, one decision, and consequences that spiral out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, in one of the richest neighborhoods of Los Angeles, a disaster unfolded that nobody saw coming. While the world celebrated New Year's Eve with countdowns, parties, and fireworks lighting up the night sky, one man was alone. His name is Jonathan Rinder Ketch. No plans, no company, no celebration, and according to prosecutors, that loneliness it turned into something much more darker. Investigators say that he was frustrated, upset about failed relationship, and unable to find anybody to spend New Year's Eve with. That night, his emotions it didn't stay inside; they spilled out. After finishing his Uber shift, he drove into the quiet hills of Pacific Palisades. Then he walked up a hillside into the darkness, and there prosecutors say that he used a simple object, a lighter, a small flame, something that looked extremely harmless, but it was not. At first, the fire seemed under control. Firefighters believed that they had put it out, but beneath the surface, it was still alive, burning quietly. Smoldering underground, waiting. And then came January 7th. Strong winds, dry condition, and suddenly that hidden fire exploded into Palisades fire. A massive inferno tearing through the homes, streets, lives. The cause was devastating. 12 people dead, thousands of homes destroyed, entire communities wiped out. It became one of the most destructive wildfire in California's history, by the way, which estimated losses reaching to 65 billion. Prosecutors say the man behind this all ruckus was Rinder Ketch. They claim he was near the ignition point. A lighter was found in his car, and he even called the 911 while standing just feet away. They argue that this was not an accident, it was anger turned into action. In the meantime, investigators also point to a disturbing mindset here, citing his search history, his growing frustration with the society, and anger towards the wealthy. According to the prosecutors, he believed people were being enslaved by the rich. But the defense, they strongly disagrees. His lawyer says that there is no proof, and he also says that the fire department may have made a critical mistake here. According to the defense, the official fire was not fully extinguished, and officials left behind hotspots that later reignited. The case is now heading for a trial now. If convicted, then this man, he could face up to 45 years in prison and be held responsible for one of the costliest wildfire crimes in the US history. The story does not end here though. Residents have begun filing the lawsuits, raising a lot of question about safety failure. Institutions like the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, they are also under intense scrutiny. Now, one question continues to haunt this particular case. Was this a crime born out of anger or a disaster made worse by negligence? Because sometimes it is not how a fire starts, it's how it is handled. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have one night, one spark, and entire city changed forever. And as the ashes settle, the truth is still burning.